Another Death Row production. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson, the next heavyweight champion of the world. Everybody else for.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host, Risky. Happy Saturday to all. It is July 18th. Looking back at yesterday, we do hit on our ladder play. Our solo bet came through for us. Could have been an amazing day. Got done in by the Yankees and the Rockies on two separate bets. Both of those teams ruined the three-leg parlays, but you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. We got a full slate of baseball here on tap today. Guys, Outlier Sportsbook, the link is down in the description. Sign up with them. The first week is free. Also, at the end of the video, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. Alrighty guys, you know how we do on the weekend. We're going to run through these games, get straight to these picks. The first game up, we got the Pirates in Cleveland taking on the Guardians. This will be the first game of the doubleheader between these two. We got Jones on the mount for the Pirates, Gavin Williams on the mount for the Guardians. Alright, getting into this game here, this is going to turn out to be a very weird game. I'm going to stay away from this series overall because of the wildfires that's happening up in Canada. It's hitting Cleveland head on. They're getting like the brunt of the smoke right now. Their air index quality is terrible out there. Not to mention by the 5th, 6th inning, they're expecting a lot of rain. So like I said, it's going to be a weird series being played. Overall lean, I still lean the Pirates. I like the matchup for Jared Jones, the right-handed pitcher, has very good splits versus lefty bats. The Guardians are loaded with lefties. Not to mention, right before the All-Star break, this Guardians lineup did start to hit the ball much better, but one of their weaknesses was their strikeout numbers. They had really started to go up. Jared Jones has very good strikeout to walk ratio. Not to mention, like I said, he matches up very well against some of the Guardians' better bats. I could see Jones coming out here having a good outing. On the other side for Gavin Williams, a guy that's had some really good starts this season, but he's had some blow-up starts. Usually when he has a blow-up start, it comes against a lineup stacked with lefties. Not to mention, when I look at the teams specifically that Gavin Williams had blow-up starts against, they usually have very high slugging numbers against right-handed pitching. That's what he's going to be seeing here with the Pirates, top 5 team in the majors versus righties. Not to mention they're loaded with some really good left-handed bats. I'm expecting Gavin Williams to get hit up in this game, go about 5 innings, give up 3 runs. I can see the Guardians bullpen coming in, shutting the door on the Pirates bats. We're expecting 14 to 15 mile per hour winds blown from the outfield into the diamond for this game, making it very pitcher friendly. Let's get to the picks. The Guardians are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I like the under 7.5 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Brian Reynolds of the Pirates for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Twins in Chicago taking on the Cubs. We got Taj Bradley on the mount for the Twins. We got Matthew Boyd on the mount for the Cubs. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Taj Bradley on the mount for the Twins. He's been really good for Minnesota this season. Comes into this game with a 3.59 ERA, 122 whip, but I do not like this spot here today for Taj. For one, he's struggling with lefties this season. Left-handed bats are slugging 410 off of him. Not to mention, he's averaging 1.4 home runs per 9 innings. In his last 4 starts, he has a hard hit rate sitting at 47%. I see Taj today in a very hitter-friendly environment. The weather's going to be extremely hitter-friendly. I see him getting hit up in this start. Going about 5, if not 6 innings, giving up 3 to 4 runs before he turns it over to this terrible Twins bullpen. I see the arms coming out the pen for the Twins today, coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. I can see Matthew Boyd holding off this Twins lineup. For one, the Twins are a bit more mediocre versus left-handed pitching. Not to mention, I give the Cubs a huge advantage late in this game for the bullpens. Looking at the weather, like I said, it's going to be extremely hitter-friendly weather. Close to 90 degrees. We're going to have close to 15 mile per hour winds blown from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Cubs are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the over 9 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Ian Happ of the Cubs to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the White Sox in Toronto taking on the Blue Jays. We got Davis Martin on the mount for the Sox. We got Shane Bieber on the mount for the Jays. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Davis Martin on the mound for the White Sox. Started off the season looking amazing, but his 3 starts right before the All-Star break, he was getting squashed. Had an ERA up above 5, whip up above 150, hard hit rate sitting at 48% in those games. Here today, he's going to be facing a Blue Jays lineup, still middle of the pack team versus right-handed pitching. Not to mention, Davis Martin really matches up well against this Blue Jays lineup. The only guy I'm worried for him is George Springer and Clement. Besides that, I could see Davis Martin coming out here today dealing against this Blue Jays lineup. Not to mention this White Sox bullpen is still completely rested after yesterday's game. I like the arms available late for the White Sox in this game here today. On the other side, we got Shane Bieber. This guy has been abysmal for them. Has an ERA sitting still close to 8. Today, he's going to be facing a White Sox lineup. They got Murakami back. The band is back together. We saw them put up double-digit runs yesterday. I'm expecting this White Sox lineup that has been squashing right-handed pitching for most of the season to put up a bunch of runs on Bieber here today. Not to mention 1 or 2 home runs. Bieber's hard hit rate sitting at 52%. And like I said, he struggles with lefties. He's going to be seeing a lineup stacked with lefties. One of the better lineups versus righties overall on the season. I'm expecting Bieber to go 5 innings before we see this Jays bullpen. They'll come and give up another 2 runs. This game is up in Toronto in the Dome. No weather is swaying anything. Let's get to the picks. The White Sox are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Murakami to hit a home run. Next up, we got the Reds in Colorado taking on the Rockies. We got Lauder on the mound for the Reds. We got Shigano on the mound for the Rockies. Alright, getting into this game here, we got the young pitcher Brent Lauder on the mound for the Reds. He has not been good for Cincinnati this season. ERA still sitting close to 5, whip still sitting close to 160. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Rockies lineup. At home, they're a top 10 team in the majors versus right-handed pitching. Not to mention Brent Lauder, his walk ratio is absolutely terrible. That was one of the reasons they had sent him back down to the minors, was because of that control issue. Here today in Colorado, where he does rely on his off-speed pitches, breaking ball to get a lot of strikeouts. I'm expecting Brent Lauder to see some problems here today, get into some trouble. Not to mention, I'm not expecting him to go too deep in this game, so I'm expecting him to go 5 innings where he gives up 3 runs before we see this terrible Cincinnati Reds bullpen comes into this game. I'm expecting the Reds arms to come out the pin, come into this game, give up another 2 runs. On the other side, we got Shigano on the mound. He's actually been decent at Coors Field this season. He has an ERA sitting at 4.85 in his home starts. Not to mention, he's going to be seeing a Reds lineup that continues to be very mediocre versus right-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. I'm expecting Shigano to come out here, have his regular start, go 6 innings, if not 7, give up 3 runs before he turns it over to a terrible Rockies bullpen. I see the arms coming out the Rockies pen coming in this game, giving up another run or so. Looking at the weather, Ballpark Pal has this game rated as the most offensive game on the schedule, plus 33 home run percentage. It's going to be over 90 degrees, small gust of wind blowing from the outfield in. Let's get to the picks. The Reds are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like the home dogs in this spot. Give me the Colorado Rockies on the money line. The game total set at 13. I do like the over 13 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Hunter Goodman of the Rockies to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Mets in Philadelphia taking on the Phillies. We got 2 left-handed starting pitchers in this game. We got Manaea on the mound for the Mets. We got Luzardo on the mound for the Phillies. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Sean Manaea back on the mound for the Mets. Ever since the Mets put him back as a starter, he's actually looked pretty decent in this role again. Still has an ERA up above 4, whip up above 130. But one thing I like about Manaea for this game, has very good numbers versus left-handed bats. This Phillies lineup at the top of the order stacked with some really good lefties. That's something that's going to work in Manaea's favor. Not to mention his walk ratio to strikeout numbers is really good. That was something that was a concern for Manaea last season, why they actually kept him in the bullpen, because of that walk rate, and then the hard hit rate was through the roof. All of those numbers are down this season. I actually really like this spot for Manaea. I could see him coming out here, having a really solid outing, going about 5-6 innings, where he gives up a run or 2 before he turns it over to this Mets bullpen. I got this game being really close, down, just calling it as it is right now. I got this being an extremely close game through the first 6 innings. It's going to be a game that comes down to the last 3 innings. I actually like the Phillies to put up some runs on this Mets bullpen. For one, The Phillies bats have some good numbers against the arms in this Mets bullpen in their past matchups. The Mets actually don't. Then on the other side, for the Phillies, their starting pitcher Luzardo today. He's going to be seeing a Mets lineup stacked with lefties as well. He's a left-handed pitcher, got some really good splits versus lefties. Not to mention, he saw this Mets lineup last month, had a really good outing against them in that game. I'm expecting Luzardo to have a solid outing once again. Go about 6 innings, gives up a run before he turns it over to a Phillies bullpen that's completely rested. Not to mention, like I said, doing the individual breakdowns of both of the bullpens, this Phillies bullpen has had, the arms in this Phillies bullpen has had much more success against this Mets lineup than the opposite side where, you know, the Phillies have had much more success against that Mets bullpen. Overall, like I said, I'm expecting a close game here today. The weather, it's going to be a bit more on the hitter-friendly side, over 85 degrees. Small gust to wind, about 4 to 5 miles per hour blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Really not going to affect anything. Let's get to the picks. The Phillies are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. It's not a huge lean, it's a slight lean towards the Phillies. It's just like how we called that Cubs-Twins game yesterday. We said the Twins have all, you know, the Twins can win. Same thing here today. I could see the Mets coming out here today winning this game. Not my most confident play, but it's a slight lean towards the Phillies on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I like the under 8.5 total runs here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies to hit a home run. Next game up, we got the Rangers in Atlanta taking on the Braves. We got Gore on the mount for the Rangers. We got Murphy on the mount for the Braves. Alright, getting into this game here, we got the left-handed pitcher Mackenzie Gore on the mount for the Rangers. He's been highly inconsistent for Texas this season. He'll have a good start mixed in between a blow-up start. He comes into this game with a 4.63 ERA, whip sitting at 130. Has a good strikeout rate, but has a terrible walk ratio as well. Struggles a bit with his command. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Braves lineup, an extremely mediocre team versus left-handed pitching. But when I do Gore's pitching arsenal breakdown against this Braves lineup, Gore's a guy that's over-reliant on the fastball, throwing in close to 50% of the time. And then when he does mix in the off-speed pitch, this Braves team matches up very well against him. The hard hit on his off-speed pitches is very high. I'm expecting Gore to struggle a bit in this game. Go about 5 innings, give up 2 runs before he turns it over to a Rangers bullpen. They're slightly taxed coming into it. I could see the arms coming out the pen coming in this game, giving up another run or 2. On the other side, we got the young pitcher Owen Murphy on the mount for the Braves. He had been working out of their bullpen for most of this season. He's looked really good in that role. This will be his first official startup to this point. Seeing a Rangers lineup extremely mediocre this season on the road. They're actually been hitting much better at home, which is surprising. Here today, facing Murphy, I actually like Murphy to come out and have a solid start. I'm only expecting him to go 4 innings before we get to this really good Braves bullpen. Still one of the best pens in the majors. I could see the arms coming out the Braves pen after Murphy leaves the game, shutting down the Rangers bats. Looking at the weather, it is going to be a bit more on the hitter-friendly side. We got about 5 to 6 mile per hour winds blown from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Braves are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the under 9 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Austin Riley of the Braves for 2 total bases today. Next game up, we got the Marlins in Milwaukee taking on the Brewers. We got Meyer on the mount for the Marlins. We got Drohin on the mount for the Brewers. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Max Meyer on the mount for Miami. He's been solid for Miami this season. He's really been their ace up to this point. He comes into this game with a 2.58 ERA, 110 whip. Now let's get into the reasons why I don't like this spot for Max Meyer. For one, he's been struggling in his road starts this season. Like I said, he has a 2.58 ERA on the year. In his road starts, he has an ERA sitting up above 4. Then the second reason why I don't like this spot for Meyer, he struggles with lefty bats. Lefties aren't killing him for power, they're hitting him for sharp contact. They have high on base percentage versus Meyer. They have a really good average versus Max Meyer. That is 2 things this Milwaukee Brewers lineup does very well. I can see Meyer struggling a bit in this game, going about 5 to 6 innings, giving up 2 to 3 runs. Both of these teams used up their bullpens yesterday. Both of them used over 4 arms out the pen. Both of these lineups will get a second time, the second time in a day, back-to-back games to get to see some of these arms out the pen. I'm expecting both of the lineups to put up runs on the bullpens. I still give the Milwaukee Brewers the advantage late because I like their bullpen a bit more overall. On the mound for Milwaukee today is the left-handed pitcher Drohan. He's been really good as an opener. Not to mention, they've been stretching him out. He's been going into the fifth and sixth inning in his last few outings. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Marlins lineup stacked with lefties. In the last 2 weeks, they've been a bottom 10 team in the majors versus left-handed pitching. I can see Drohan coming out here today, having a really solid outing, going about 5 innings, giving up a run before he turns it over to a Brewers bullpen. Also taxed, I can see the arms giving up another run or so, but nothing too crazy. This game is out in Milwaukee in the Dome. Let's get to the picks. The Brewers are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total set at 8. I do like the over 8 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Jackson Chourio of the Brewers for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Cardinals in Arizona taking on the Diamondbacks. We got Dustin May on the mount for the Cards. We got Brandon Pfaadt on the mount for the D-backs. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Dustin May on the mount for the Cardinals. He's been really solid for St. Louis this season, but his last 2 starts before the All-Star break, he got stomped. In those 2 games, pitched a combined 9 innings, gave up a combined 13 runs. Here today, he's going to be facing a Diamondbacks lineup. They continue to be a bottom 10 team in the majors versus right-handed pitching. Doing the overall breakdown for Dustin May, as long as he pitches around Corbin Carroll, I can see him coming out here today, having a really quality start, going about 6-7 innings, giving up 2 runs before he turns it over to this terrible Cardinals bullpen. I see the arms coming out the bullpen for the Cards coming in this game, giving up another run or 2. On the other side, we got Brandon Pfaadt on the mount. He's been working out of the bullpen primarily for the D-backs for the whole season, but towards the beginning of July, they put him back as a starter. He's made 3 good starts in a row, but he's been playing a lot of inconsistent offenses. His last start was against the Dodgers. We've seen the Dodgers. They've been slumping offensively of late. Here today for Pfaadt, he's going to be seeing a Cardinals lineup that continue to hit right-handed pitching very well. Not to mention this Cardinals lineup is a top 5 road offense this season. They crushed the ball in their road games. Here today, Brandon Pfaadt's pitch mix, this Cardinals lineup, all the lefties match up very well against them. You guys got guys like Weatherholt and Burleson that match up very well versus Pfaadt, guys that could take him yard. I'm expecting him to go 4 innings, give up 3 to 4 runs before he turns it over to this Diamondbacks bullpen that is taxed coming into it. I don't like the arms available for the D-backs. I see them coming in, giving up another run or 2. This game is down in Arizona in the Dome, so no weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Diamondbacks are the betting on favorites in this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the under 9 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Burleson of the Cardinals for 2 total bases today. Next game up, we got the Orioles in Houston taking on the Astros. We got Trevor Rogers on the mount for the O's. We got Arrieta on the mount for the Astros. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Trevor Rogers on the mound for the O's. Ever since they brought him back around mid-June off the IL, this guy really got back into form. He's made 6 starts since then. In those 6 starts, he has an ERA of 2.28, whip sitting at 1.22. One of the big reasons why I don't like this spot for Rogers here today, he's going to be seeing an Astros lineup stacked with right-handed bats. They're projected to have 7 righties in the lineup today. Trevor Rogers struggles a lot with right-handed bats, especially power-hitting bats. This Astros lineup slugging versus lefties in the last 2 weeks before the break was sitting at 435. I can see Rogers getting hit up in this game. Not to mention when I do the pitch mix breakdown for him, there's a few guys in this lineup that match up well against him. I see Rogers getting hit up, going about 6 innings, giving up 3 runs before he turns it over to Orioles bullpen that is incredibly taxed. They used a bunch of arms in yesterday's game. I see the arms that's going to be available for the Orioles coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we got Arrieta. He's not been good this season either, giving up a bunch of hard hit balls, giving up a bunch of home runs. The home run rate is through the roof right now. The hard hit rate sitting up above 50%. In this game, he's going to be seeing an Orioles lineup with a good amount of lefties. He has terrible splits versus lefties. They're projected to have 6 left-handed bats in the lineup. I see Eric getting hit up. The big determining factor in this game is I like the Astros bullpen late. I give them the advantage from the 7th inning and on, so I could see them coming in, the arms available for the Astros coming in this game, shutting down the bats for the Orioles. This game is down in Houston in the Dome, so no weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The odds makers have this game as a dead even pick'em spot, -108, -108, and I like the Houston Astros here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the under 9 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Jose Altuve of the Astros for 2 total bases. Next up, we got the Giants in Seattle taking on the Mariners. We got Logan Webb on the mount for the Giants. We got Brian Wu on the mount for the Mariners. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Logan Webb on the mount for the Giants. This guy, he's been highly inconsistent for the Giants this season. He'll have a stretch of games where he looks like himself again, then he'll have 2 blow-up starts in a row. His last 3 outings before the All-Star break, he had an ERA sitting at 5.56. In this game here today, the first 2 things I gotta pay attention to for him. Logan Webb, for one, has been pitching much better on the road this season, which is ironic because his home ballpark is a very pitcher-friendly ballpark, but has much better numbers on the road this season, but struggles with lefties. He's gonna be seeing a Mariners lineup stacked with lefties. In this game here today, for Logan Webb, the Mariners offense is still nothing to worry about. They've still continued to be highly inconsistent. I can actually see Logan Webb coming out here today, having a decent outing where he goes 5 innings, if not 6, gives up 2 runs before he turns it over to this Giants bullpen that continues to play terrible. I don't like the arms that's going to be available late for the Giants in this game. I see them coming out the pen, giving up another 2 runs. On the other side, we got Brian Wu on the mount. We talk about it all the time. At home versus on the road, this guy is 2 different pitchers. At home, this guy has an ERA still sitting at 2.20. On the road, ERA still sitting up above 4.80. In this game, he's going to be facing a Giants lineup that continues to be decent versus right-handed pitching. But when I do the pitch mix breakdown for Brian Wu, he actually matches up against a few of these guys in this lineup. Only guy I worry about for him is Casey Schmidt. Other than that, I can see Brian Wu coming out here today, going his regular 6 innings, giving up a run before he turns it over to the Mariners bullpen. Still one of the best pens in the majors. I like the arms that's going to be available from inning 7 on for the Mariners. I see them coming in, shutting the door on the Giants bats. Looking at the weather, Ballpark Pal once again has this game rated as the lowest offensive game on the schedule. Let's get to the picks. The Mariners are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7. I do like the under 7 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Cal Raleigh of the Mariners to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Dodgers in New York taking on the Yankees. We got Emma Sheehan on the mount for the Dodgers. We got Ryan Weathers on the mount for the Yankees. Alright, getting into this one here. This would be the game you think would be like the marquee game. I actually really don't care for this game. Both of these teams are playing like shit coming into it. We got Emma Sheehan on the mount for the Dodgers. This guy's not been good. He will have a decent start and then have 3 bad starts in a row. His last 3 outings before the All-Star break, ERA was sitting up above 5, whip sitting up above 130. Here today, he's going to be facing a Yankees lineup stacked with left-handed bats. He struggles with lefties, especially power-hitting bats. He is prone to giving up the long ball, averaging 1.2 home runs per 9. Hard hit rate sitting at 42%. Granted, this Yankees offense has been trash. They've been terrible. They only got a run off of Roque yesterday. I can see Emma Sheehan coming out here, who's able to work the Ks, has a very good strikeout numbers. I can see that being something that benefits Sheehan. My overall expectation, he goes 6 innings, gives up a run, turns it over to a terrible Dodgers bullpen. I see them coming in, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we got the left-handed pitcher Ryan Weathers on the mount. He's going to be facing a Dodgers lineup stacked with lefties. He does have very good splits versus lefties, but the few right-handed bats in this lineup do match up very well against Ryan Weathers. Guys like Andy Pajas, Mookie Betts, I can see one of them taking him yard in this game. In his last 4 starts, Ryan Weathers has an ERA sitting at 5.20, hard hit rate sitting at 47%. This is a guy that he's at his best when he's able to work the Ks. When he's not working the strikeouts and he's relying on ground balls and pop flies, that's when he gets squashed. In this game here today, I can see him getting hit up, going about 5 innings, giving up 3 runs before he turns it over to a Yankees bullpen that's in a decent spot to come in, still give up another run, but nothing too crazy. Looking at the weather, Ballpark Pal has this game rated with a plus 25 home run percentage. Let's get to the picks. The Yankees are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Los Angeles Dodgers on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the over 9 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Andy Pajas of the Dodgers to hit a home run. Next game up, we got the Nationals in Sacramento taking on the Athletics. We got Zach Littell on the mound for the Nats. We got JT Chin on the mound for the Athletics. Alright, getting into this game here. Well, for one, in yesterday's video, I was getting told that the over 10 in the Sacramento, I don't know how people were saying this, that the over 10 runs was not a good play. The damn Nationals went out there and scored like 3 touchdowns on the Athletics yesterday. Never lose faith in a bad bullpen. A bad bullpen will always come through for you. Always lock that in. In this game here today, we got Zach Littell on the mound for the Nats. This guy has been horrendous this season. He's actually top 3 in the majors in home runs allowed, averaging 1.8 home runs per 9 innings. Hard hit rate sitting at 52% coming into it. In this game, fortunately for Zach Littell, this Athletics lineup is still down their best bat in Nick Kurtz, but you still got Langoliers at the top, guys like Soderstrom showing power. I still see Zach Littell giving up a home run or 2 in this game, going about 5 innings, giving up 3 to 4 runs before he turns it over to a terrible Washington Nationals bullpen. But they are still rested coming into it. They got some good arms available to come in this game. Still give up another 2 or 3 runs, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got JT Chin on the mound for the Athletics. He's been really good, especially at home this season. In his home games, he has an ERA sitting at 3.75. In this matchup for him, he's going to be seeing a Nationals lineup stacked with lefties. That is one of JT Chin's biggest knocks. Struggles with left-handed bats, especially power-hitting bats. You got guys like Wood and Abrams in this lineup. Ruiz, I can see one of them taking him yard. My overall expectation for JT Chin, he goes 5 innings, gives up 3 runs. Before we get to this Athletics bullpen, once again, I see them coming in, giving them another 3 to 4 runs, if not more. It's going to be extremely hitter-friendly weather. Once again, we're going to have 10 to 12 mile per hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Athletics are the betting on favorites in this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Washington Nationals on the money line. The game total set at 11. I like the over 11 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking James Wood of the Nats to hit a home run today. In the final game of the day, we got the Detroit Tigers in Los Angeles taking on the Angels. We got Skubal on the mound for the Tigers. We got Rodriguez on the mound for the Angels. Alright, getting into this game here, we got the ace Skubal on the mound for the Tigers. He continues to be a bit shaky since coming back from his injury, but he still has a 3.09 ERA, 0.95 whip, really good strikeout to walk ratio here today. He's going to be seeing an Angels lineup. Surprisingly, despite being loaded with right-handed bats, this is a bottom 15 team versus left-handed pitching. In the last 2 weeks before the All-Star break versus lefties, this team was batting .218, slugging .380, so they've been really terrible versus left-handed pitching. Granted, none of those lefties have been to the caliber of Skubal. I can see Skubal coming out here today dealing, going about 6 innings, giving up a run before he turns it over to a Tigers bullpen that is still rested coming into it. I like the arms available late for Detroit to come in this game, shut down the Angels bats. On the other side, we got Grayson Rodriguez on the mound. This guy has not been good this season. Hard hit rate sitting at 53%. He has terrible strikeout to walk ratio. This is a guy that's over reliant on the fastball, primarily throws the fastball. Every once in a while you see that changeup. In this game, he's going to be seeing a Tigers lineup that continues to crush right-handed pitching. I'm expecting the Tigers to come out, hit up Rodriguez. I'm expecting Rodriguez to go about 4 or 5 innings, give up 3 to 4 runs before we get to this Angels bullpen. They blew yesterday's game. They were up 1-0 going into the 9th. They blew it in the top of the 9th. Detroit ended up winning that game. I see the arms that's going to be available for the Angels coming in, once again giving up a few runs. This game is out in Los Angeles. It's going to be a bit more on the pitcher-friendly side. Let's get to the picks. The Tigers are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total set at 8 total runs. I like the over 8 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Kerry Carpenter of the Tigers to hit a home run today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, our 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. Yesterday, our ladder play came through for us to pay out $92.37. So today, we'll be wagering that $92.37 right back on the Atlanta Braves, but we're taking them on the money line here today. We're getting them at -110. This is our ladder play of the day. Next up, we have a 2-leg home run parlay we're going to play here today. We're going to start it off with James Wood of the Nationals, and we're going to wrap it up with Kerry Carpenter of the Detroit Tigers, a $10 2-leg home run parlay. Next up, we have a 3-leg parlay we're playing here today. All money line picks. We're going to start it off with the Atlanta Braves on the money line. We're then going to play the Chicago White Sox on the money line, and we wrap up the parlay with the Seattle Mariners on the money line. And our final bet of the day will be another 3-leg parlay. We're going to start it off with the Milwaukee Brewers on the run line. We're then going to play the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line, and we wrap up the parlay with the Detroit Tigers on the run line. Once again, guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. It's Saturday. We made it. I hope everybody enjoys their day today. You guys know I appreciate you all. I respect you all. Hope we all win some money here today, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.